Hey everybody, it's me again. Forgot that the sound gets low on here. I'm going through a really trying time right now. And I guess a part of me feels like just stopping this video because there's like this element of sadness or shame or frustration. I'm really quite mad actually that I might have to go to the hospital, or that the hospital has gotten into things and there's like this drama around it. So yeah, that's kind of pissing me off, honestly. I'm just gonna be frank about it. So yeah, basically the official diagnosis is bilateral fetal pleural effusion, and that's basically where the baby's lungs are submerged in fluid, which is abnormal. It's not supposed to be that way. The baby could have problems breathing, expanding its lungs. It could not. And this is forcing me to have to make a decision that I don't really want to make. And I'm trying to come to terms with it. I'm up all night doing research and stressing myself out, which is not a good thing, because I have a stress related condition that we spoke about before that passed, but this is another issue that I just didn't expect to happen while I'm trying, on top of everything, while I'm trying to make a home birth video. You know what I mean? So that is really kind of making me mad. I know that y'all ain't gonna think nothing of me, but it's kind of me. You know, where I'm coming from with my strong beliefs in birth. I have two awesome women being my support system, listening to me cry, because I cry. You know, I'm a strong person and I really hate pity parties and feeling sorry for yourself. But I have a Libra moon, which is one of the most indecisive signs in the zodiac. And right now, it's all on feelings, and I am doing my best to just push past everything and make a decision, but it is very difficult to tell the honest to God truth, because every time I talk to these freaking hospitals, they just remind me why I do not want to have a baby in the hospital. Seriously. They're totally scared of breech birth. They totally do not want me to have lotus birth, which is what I choose. And it's kind of like, basically, like one of the women said that's helping me, Victoria. She said, it's like this. When you go to the hospital, you either want them to help your baby or you don't. You know, so if you don't go to the hospital. If you do, you pretty much relinquish control to them. And that sucks. And I'm mad and I'm furious that I can't even just stand up for some of the things I want. I mean, pretty much, because it's all about what doctor's on call, gonna be on call, whether you can even have a breech birth, and they have to measure my pelvis to see if it's gonna be feasible to them and all this other crap. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, dude, I mean, I'm really like this close to tell you honestly how I feel. Like, I've been so broke down at some point where I'm just like, forget it. I'm gonna go and be induced. I'm gonna go and have a C-section and just forget all this stress of trying to maneuver and figure it out. I mean, that in itself. I'm 42 weeks. You know, I'm breech. And my baby has bilateral pleural effusion, meaning the lungs are in water. And not water in the lungs. That's different. Lungs are floating. There's water between the cavity of the lung and whatever else. And that's not right. So it's like, do I go the route of some birds fall out the nest? Or do I go the route of my baby's just going to be fine? I've been told, go inside yourself and meditate. I've heard that a lot, you know, but it's just blocked right now with all this commotion and stuff that I started. The fact that I'm doing a video and lots of people's opinions, and I know those things don't matter, and I'm grateful for my support system, but I just want to be like, pull my hair out, you know what I'm saying? And I do need a quiet space to just reflect and think, but then every time I'm in a quiet space, my other mind tells me, no, work on it, try to figure it out. So anyway, some of the things that I try to ask the hospitals about were birthing positions, because I want to be able to go into labor naturally. If nothing else, don't induce me. Okay, that's one thing I'm solid on now. I don't want to be induced. I want to go into labor naturally. I know that sometimes moms go 44 weeks. Okay, I've read up on it. Okay, the best chance my child has is to go through the vaginal avenue or route, because it squeezes the baby, and the fluid can be expelled that way naturally, possibly. It's not a guarantee, but it's a possibility, and that's the best way for the baby to come out. Actually, it's a higher risk with C-sections that the fluid in the lungs will be a problem, because they don't go through that avenue. Then there are policies regarding lotus birth. I've checked at a couple different hospitals. One hospital is like, what? We've never heard of that. We don't know. You have to cut the cord. I'm like, no, you don't. You know what I mean? Then what their policies are regarding release if my baby's okay. I don't want to stay in the hospital forever if my baby's okay. I don't want them to do anything. You know, I don't want any vaccinations or constant monitoring or whatever. I want to go home. And the reason why, let me just say, I'm continuing to do this because I'm really pissed off that this is maybe not turning into an unassisted home birth video, but it's still educational, and I don't want to just drop the ball and quit. You know, all of this stuff probably needs to be known one way or another, so I'm just going to stick with it. So anyway, I called the hospital to get their birthing policies. Birthing policies on in writing, so I can see for sure what they do and what they don't do. You understand what I'm saying? So I can see for sure, okay, in writing, you do this, you won't do this, you will do that. It's not available to the public. It's on a secured network inside the database of the hospital, and it's not available. Conveniently unavailable to the public. I would think that the birthing policies and whatever would be available to the public, but it just seems scandalous to me, you know. So anyway, There is a operation that they can do, sort of like an amniocentesis, where they go in from outside the belly and try to extract the fluid that way. It's a surgery in itself, you know what I mean? And me being so close to my due date, I have not honestly asked into that. I have the option of trying to get my baby turned around. Stop. Sorry. I have the option of trying to go get my baby turned around, just to make the whole process easier, but it's just, all of it is against my beliefs. And honestly, somewhere I'm like, where do I have to relinquish control and just let, okay, either the natural process take place, or the hospitals just do what they have to do to make sure that my baby's healthy. It's a very, very hard position to be in. I mean, I thought that just choosing to deliver at home was a hard position to be in. And I made that decision like, go ahead. I'm about to do what I got to do. I'm about to birth at home. I did it before. It's nothing. But now when you got these extra things on top of it, even breech, okay, it's nothing. I'm finna do that. You feel me? But when you got these extra things just piling up, it's like, it makes your decision harder and harder. Like, really, do you believe in yourself? Really, do you believe in your baby? Really, do you think it's safe? And it's a hard position to be in, because no, I don't want nothing to happen to me or my baby. And I don't think that something will happen to the baby or me. It's just, I don't know. You know, and that's the same thing the hospitals are saying. It's pretty much 50-50. It would be easy if they were like, it's a 70% chance, 80% chance, you should definitely come to the hospital. I already know they're going to say come to the hospital, but if this was such a risky situation, like the heart, you feel me, or something, and they were just like, nah, no way, no go, then I'd be like, okay, gotta do what you gotta do. But it's such a 50-50 that makes it really difficult. So anyway, I'm just keeping y'all abreast. I'm just trying to stay in this thing, whether it turns into a hospital birth or a home birth. I know it's going to be educational for everybody and informational about how the whole process works. And I don't know if I'm going to film a hospital birth. Honestly, I don't know how I'm going to feel. Probably really bitter and angry, if that's the haps, you know. But I still am going to try to enjoy my baby. And I still don't even know if that's my decision. I'm just really, really ambivalent right now, and really, really trying not to stress totally out, because it's not good for me and my baby. But it's like something I have to figure out. It's nobody else that could do it. It's not my partner, my husband. It's not my family members. It's not my doula. It's not my midwife. It's not the doctors. It's nobody can figure this out for me. And that's what's like hard. You know? It really is hard. So anyhow, I love all the comments and the supporters and the well wishes and everything. I appreciate it. I know y'all got my back, but to be real, nobody can have my back. I mean, if it was you, what would you do? You know, honestly, if it was your baby that life could be at stake, you know, would you just say go ahead, for F the system and F this or F that? And then there are some people on the other hand, like, you should have been gone to the hospital. And of course not. I wouldn't be taking responsibility. But still, the hospitals don't even want to take responsibility. They have you signing waivers and all types of stuff. You know, you can't nobody be responsible but you. You know, so, you know, if all these people talking about, yes, stay home or whatever, if something happens to my baby, it's not going to be on them. You know, all these people talking about go to the hospital. If I go to the hospital and everything's fine with my baby and I missed out on my natural home birth opportunity, all they could say is, oh well. So, and that's the way it always is. That's the way it's always going to be. So anyway, I have a lot to face right now. And don't get me wrong, I do love all your support. And I love the fact that this is doing something positive for the home birth community, or just people taking more interest in the process of birth wherever they choose to birth. Making informed decisions and whatnot. So yeah, I'm gonna keep doing what I can to keep y'all informed. Because the hospitals ain't gonna do it your way. You know, people who have good experiences don't have any expectations, I don't think. They don't have many they're willing to just go along and do whatever. But since I'm not, I'm having a lot of obstacles. So anyhow, much peace and bliss to y'all. I'm sending lots of love and positivity out there and inside, and I'm going to try to just keep it moving and try to stay positive as much as possible. I love y'all, and I will get back with you whenever the next thing comes. Alright? Peace and love.